I always wanted a Cadillac.
Shout out my people from up top, down bottom, left, right, west side, east side. Usaga to Scarborough, from Vaughn back. You know what I'm saying? Niggas in the bees. Shout out if you know me, Lakeshore, killing eggs. Shout out my nigga Don Miller eggs. I'm saying if you know me, you know me. Big Century, loyalty means royalty. If you love, you get spoiled. If you're not, you'll flop up that. Other side with the other guys. Remember days when I was broke and my niggas said I had to move. Yeah, I'm getting money, yeah. Had to pay all my dues and change my shoes. Yeah, I had a plan, I had to break the rules and make a move. They know my youngin' just came through with 22s. I ain't gotta speak about that bad shit, it's tragic. And they looking at me like he's magic. What happened? Distractions. I break down the cash cause it's called fractions. It's magics. They know that it's money, it's called stacking. What happened? You know a leader. By my girl cheated with that Zeta. Rude like Ebenezer. Niggas know I got a fever. Serving all that Justin Bieber. Had her number, then delete her. I ain't gotta worry about him. Love her, but I never need her. You know how it is to me. Here to make that history. Wash him out with that Listerine. Joking like I was Mr. Bean. She up in that bed like I was Charlie Sheen. It's rest in peace. Niggas talking shit, but they ain't nothing but some memories. Remember back in days when I was popping a lot of ecstasy. And I ain't gotta worry. Now this money is a remedy. This AP on the wrist and double chains up on my neck. I ain't worried about these haters cause I came from my respect. And they can never say my name cause I just take the blame. Not the same. Remember when they said I'd never chance, but now it's Walk of Fame. Niggas talking Waka Flocka Flame, but now I've got the flame. And I ain't gotta worry about these niggas cause I'm not ashamed. Yeah, I came up from the ghetto where they wear them stilettos. And I ain't worried about them niggas if they wanna battle. Always making hits and I don't ever miss, I never lost. They know once you take a loss, that's how you come to be a boss. You know how it is, it's called an option. I'm popping and I don't got time for talking. They talking, they better watch it. I do this like I'm John Stockton. Pass it to Getty, but he ain't spitting, so he's a Century. I'll make you let him. Yeah, make him let me do this, cause you know that I was here to win. And I had to spin the block, tell him that he should roll the rim. No, I got a plan, mama died and they couldn't understand. Now I'm getting money, they know that I got that upper hand.
The self-made shit right there. Niggas don't understand.
How we doing it?
They understand.
That's you know something. Yeah, so, yeah, I went to school and got expelled the first month in. They said he bad. Yeah, I had to get this from my mom. I had to make the plan for my dad. They ain't gotta worry. Skaters say I'm rad, but I'm getting money with Christopher, with my brother Brad.
Self-made.
They know something, yo. Off the mind, all freestyle, yo.
Crazy, man. Nah, it's a fire one thing still, you know. So, yo,
Shout out my
just gonna
people,
start
yo.
that off right here, you know. So, yo, this is Josh, also known as Yashu. We're just tuning into another episode of the TLOY Talks podcast. So, we actually have Kitchener's own Century Self-Made and Getty Self-Made too. So, we just had Century drop like a fire freestyle and all that too.
Yeah.
And you know, they've been doing their finger for a while, you know, like since like the early like 2020s and all that too, with like all the music going on too. You've probably seen them on like Judge Soul London, Busy Bee, Much More and all that.
Yeah.
Making waves, like making like fire tunes and all that too. And I'm glad to have you guys on, you know. So
thanks for having us, man. I appreciate it.
Man.
Appreciate you.
The journey's been kind of crazy too, because I think you guys are like, I think the first like Kitchener, like Cambridge artist like on the platform too. And like, you know, with Kitchener, it's been making waves so far, you know. So
yeah, it has been. People been doing their thing. Shout out 23 Dreams. Shout out
talent
Snubs.
out there.
Shout out Cash. Shout out everybody doing their thing. You know, shout out all the artists right now. Come together and we can really make the city live and breathe and speak to the world.
Facts.
yeah, no, proper thing still, you know. And like, I mean, even with your story too, because it's like kind of like amazing too, from like all the music and stuff like that too, because you were like kind of like one of the OGs that came up within the Kitchener like music scene too, that kind of like opened like the doors for like a lot of others, a lot of like other artists too, and like we'll probably get more into on that too. But you actually kind of grew up in like a different area of Ontario and all that too. So why don't you guys like tell me like more about where you grew up and all that?
Well, for me, well, I was raised, I mean, okay, I grew up born in Etobicoke. I was there from like let's say grade 1 all the way to grade 6, 7. Then I went to Kitchener for school, grade 8, 9, got expelled out of high school 3 months in and had to come back to live with my auntie up top by York University. If you guys know, I can't say where, but by York University. And I had to do correspondent work at home, grade 9 and 10 homework until I was 18, old enough to do adult credits and all of that stuff. It was expulsion school. That was my whole story there. But I was in between Toronto and Kitchener because my family was everywhere. And we originally were in Toronto where I'm born, and more of my family's there. So let's say Toronto to Kitchener, both of them, that's where I'm known, and people, you know, like along that whole way. So like Guelph, Milton. You know, when you're driving along, people would just know you
Yeah.
because the word travels type thing. He's a different story. He's a whole different side. Tell him where you're
Yeah.
from. Tell him
So
where you're
I'm
from.
originally from Jersey, and then I came up here for high school. So I went from high school up here from grade 9 to my senior year. Then after that, I went back to Jersey, came back up here again. I moved to Kitchener because my parents had moved out there. And then after that, I was out there for a little bit. I linked up with Century, got the music going. It's been popping up ever since.
Yeah, we linked up
You know what I
in the
mean?
trenches. We linked up in like government housing, like complexes.
Yeah.
Like that's the best way to say it for
True,
people.
true.
Like that's where we linked up. It was, that's just the way we were doing. We had to do. I told him, we shouldn't even be here. We have better things to do. He said he was with a label. Get things together. I said I was with a
Yeah.
label. I took things off my label I was with. So I told him, I could show him stuff. So I've just been showing him since. I don't really just talk. Talk is easy. So
But
action's always
it's
needed.
been up ever since. I ain't gonna hold
And
you.
plus, a lot of people's words not the same. Like you guys didn't know, I'm 1990. I'm not young as the seem I may look, but I'm born 1990. So the word is big in that time of where I'm from. Like, you know,
Yeah, true. Which part of Jersey did you grow up in?
I grew up in two different counties, Morris County, and I went down over in Essex County, which is like Hillside, North Side.
Oh, true. And I guess you guys are both like yardies and all that too, or like what's like your backgrounds and all that?
I'm Caribbean, Barbados.
Okay.
Barbados. I'm Jamaican Chinese with
Yeah.
Antiguan.
Oh, true, true. So it's like an interesting like blend for a bit. So I
It's
guess it's like
yeah.
Jamaican on the dad, and then I think Chinese Antiguan on the mom and all
My
that.
mom's Antiguan, and then my dad's Jamaican Chinese.
Oh, true.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
Yeah, true. Do they do like Hakka food like in the
I
family
do
and all?
like Hakka. I
Oh,
do
true,
like
true.
Hakka.
All
Yeah,
right,
you
true,
guys go
true.
check
Yeah.
Hakka if you don't know. Go.
Yeah,
That's
that shit,
that's
that
fresh.
Haka be slapping.
That's good for the system. Yeah,
Get you
rejuvenates.
right.
Rejuvenates. That's
Get
what
you
it is.
right.
Yeah.
All right, true. And like I mean, growing up like in Jersey for a bit too, Getty. So like, what was that like, kind of like vibe like and all that? No?
I mean, if you live a regular life, you be alright. But if you're outside, you try to be outside, you go see what's outside.
True,
You know what I
true.
mean?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
So, but I mean, it was calm for me. Calm for me.
All right, true, proper. And when you guys like settled into like Kitchener too, like have you noticed like the music scene like kind of like growing up there? Like was it?
Yes, the music scene's growing. There's people helping, like Life of Dreamers. Shout out Life of Dreamers. Just hope you guys see this. You guys are doing a lot. Give you guys your flowers. You guys are probably doing the most right now for giving attention and giving people an open outlet. Not saying the rest of you guys can't, but I hope the rest of you guys see this and come together to realize we have to come together to win. We're one city to a whole billion trillion world. So, shout out to Life of Dreamers. I don't know anybody else because I'm seeing shows being put on for Sav, put on for YB and Namir, and that's Life of Dreamers doing that. Pyrex just performed up there. That was Life of Dreamers. Shout you guys out though. That's who's really
Oh yeah,
helping
shout
out
out
in that
Snubs.
city,
I was there that night too.
Yeah,
His,
shout out Snubs too. Yeah, like
true.
performance was tough. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna hold you.
those guys have their hand. Like shout out Team Real Estate as well because I know she's with them on that. Shout out all of that whole movement. You guys are
Hell
doing
yeah.
your thing. Keep it going.
Yeah, because I think Kitchener back then they had like I think like Ice Cube performed there and like I think Wu-Tang performed
They
there.
had
Like,
Ice Cube, Fabulous, Busta Rhymes. They had like this big thing, it's like Summer Jam thing where they had all of them come out. It was Busta Rhymes, Fabulous. It was a long time.
I probably
It was
wasn't
it
even
was
up here yet.
It was
I ain't gonna lie.
back. It was back then. But
Yeah.
yeah, Kitchener has a lot of attention. People
true.
they show love to Kitchener. They feel comfortable.
Yeah,
Like
man.
that's like when Tony Yale comes to Canada. He kind of feels a little more comfortable here. People
yeah.
show him genuine love. You can feel energy on people really quick. So
Yeah, because I remember like when the OGs used to come to like certain parts of like Ontario back in the day too. Like I remember, I think there was like a show in like Brampton too, and like I think it was like Fabulous, like Cash Out, French Montana, and all that too. And then I think who opened up? I think it was like Blaka, and then
Black of the
King Lo-
Dawn, right?
yeah,
Shout out Black of the Dawn.
yeah, and then like I think King Los performed too, and like that was like a pretty proper show too. I remember I think like Freeway used to perform like in Oshawa and all that too. Troy Ave, Machine Gun Kelly, like they were like all over, like whether it's like Toronto, Oshawa, Kitchener, Guelph. And
Yeah,
all
they
that
were.
too.
They show love. They know the world is not as where they were. It's not as bad.
Yeah.
It's really just where the business is and who shows you good energy, so you can be as comfortable for your performance. Just being the genuine you. Like
True.
some people don't mean to be like scared or timid, but you're gonna get a different side of them from that. Just how they feel.
Yeah,
So,
true. And what were you guys like, kind of like growing up and all that?
like struggle. Like, what do you mean by that?
Like
Don't say nothing crazy.
kind of like just like how like childhood was and all that too. Like I don't know if you had like any like interests. Video
Childhood
games.
was good and bad, just like anything. Like
Yeah,
I had
I mean-
bullies, I got chased home, I had to fight, do all of that stuff. Grade 4, it was okay. It was good. My mom was great. She gave me anything I wanted. She made me feel the confidence I have now. She's the one who told me that you're him. Before they used to say that, my mom said that to me.
True, man. And like, how did you guys get like introduced to, like music and all that too? Like, was it like played like around the house for a bit too, or
I was
like?
played a lot in my house.
Mhm.
When I was young, my family had an after hours, so the kids would be all upstairs type thing, and everybody's down in the after hours. So I'd hear music from those times. My uncle Bobby, he was doing music at the time. Like when I was young, my whole time, like let's say 7 years, he was doing music. He kind of stopped when he has children and switched his life up a little bit, and he has. His son's in Toronto FC soccer now, but he was one of my main people doing music. He had a bag full of CDs. I was like 11, 12. He had a bag full of CDs in a duffel bag. It inspired me. It showed me when you believe, you'll do that. You'll make your own product and sell that.
True.
And like obviously like the evolution of hip hop, like I watch it all on TV, everything, like from Bobby Brown to New Edition, like people dancing, you know what I mean? From like Welcome to Atlanta from Jermaine Dupri, like
Yeah.
Oh
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like who
yeah.
else is there's Nas when he did one mic, like there's I Can from him, there's who else can I say right now? Even
Uh,
Busta Rhymes, he's never
yeah.
missed. Busta Rhymes, everything from Give Me Some More to all anything you can think of, like you name it, man. I want to go to Jagged
Oh
Edge
yeah.
R&B and all that to
Missy
you guys,
Elliott
Trey
all
songs and shit,
playing.
but just know all the music it's right here, like yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, proper. Like, did you guys had like any like? Did you guys buy like your first like CD like growing up and all that too, or?
My first CD I bought would have been Ludacris when he used to
Yeah.
say "stand up" or he said "move,"
Mine was
get
Yeah,
out the way,
Chicken and
like
Beer or something like that.
Chicken and
yeah,
Bear. Yeah,
yeah.
that was the
Massacre
one.
by 50
Afro on
Cent.
it. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Massacre,
that
50
shit.
Cent. That's right too. I got Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent too.
True.
But like my first one was Ludacris. That one
Mhm.
there. Yeah, Chicken and
True.
Bear.
Yeah, man. Mine was like I think Notorious like B.I.G. like Ready to Die and all that too, like with the
Oh,
baby like on the cover too.
yeah.
Like
I like that one.
it
Yeah.
still had some like dope tracks and all that too. I think Suicidal Thoughts was like crazy. The
The
one with like
Commandments, his 10 Commandments was,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think, was that on there? That was
That
on
was
there, no?
Life After Death and all that,
Okay,
and then
okay.
the one with like Method Man and all that too. Like that was like a sick track.
Yeah.
Give me the loot, like
Give me the
like
loot.
that hook
Yeah.
was like still
Yeah.
like on my mind, like to
I
this
got
day.
something coming you're gonna
Mhm.
like now that you said that. I have
Yeah,
something. The producer's
true,
working.
true.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
say that.
man.
Yeah.
True,
Yeah.
true. And I mean, there was like some other like stuff too. Massacre was like also like another one that I got. Friggin' like the time that I bought the CDs, it was like around like 2012,
I
2013, all
know
that.
because they took all of them out of the stores. What
Mhm.
Yeah,
2015? Like so, it had to be those 10. But it was jumping. Like HMV and all
yeah.
those places. What was it? Sunrise too. They had another.
Sunrise too.
Yeah,
And then there was like
another one.
another, it
I
was like
forgot that
Sonic
one.
Boom, which is on
Yeah,
Smidon and all that
yeah.
too.
Oh, it's
So
still yeah. Okay.
yeah, man. And then as far as like the musical background and history, like what was that like kind of growing up? Do you had like any like family that like works on music and all that, or friends or?
I didn't. My cousins down home.
Yeah, I had
So
friends. Everybody was trying to
yeah.
work on music. It was either they wanted to be basketball, or actually at these times it was basketball, dancing, because You Got Served and all that type of stuff, those movies, or they wanted to be doing music. It's just the three ways that made you feel like you were doing more. Like, nobody wanted to show off. It just feel like you're doing more. Like to enjoy your life, to feel the best.
True.
But
No.
I listen to all music, like even Toronto music, like even before like Sam G, Cavity, and, like anybody you could really name. I listened to it to hear if they had something from Caspers to whoever you want to name. I listen to one of theirs at least because I don't take any sides or nothing like that. I just like my ears to, pick up what's up, what everybody's feeling right now. See if I
Yeah.
like it too.
Yeah. And as far as like the influences and all that too, so was it like more like the 50 Cents, like the like Ludacris's and all that too, like kind of growing up, or was it like even like the Sam G's or like the
It
Caspers and
was
all?
for me. It was like the Ice Cube, the whole everything, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, the whole NWA, all of that stuff right there. Anything you could think of, Warren G, Mac 10 to Nate Dogg, rest in
Yeah,
peace. All
R.I.P.
all of that stuff, all of those guys, the Regulation, the West Connection, those are the guys who I fully was growing on. Snoop Dogg,
Bone
I was
Thugs and
obviously
Harmony.
listening to Snoop Dogg, Bone
Mhm.
Thugs, yeah, like that type of stuff got me more. That's what intrigued me
Mhm.
more because they went for longevity a lot more. Like I love Canada's music and stuff, but longevity's not like there's a lot of longevity, obviously, from Cardinal Official, who made it like from the Akon and he did all that stuff on radio. He has great longevity, but people are losing that. You can't put that on
Mhm.
people. So somebody has to be born with that. Right now, at these times, it'd be like a Havaya Almighty. She had longevity. You know what I mean? Like it's just naturally just comes to her. Like, and it's just normal music. It's good music. Like that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for. Like that's what you gotta do music for. You gotta do it because you love to do it, right?
True. And like, what inspired you guys to like even take part like in this like sound and all that too? Because like you're like a label owner, you're a producer, you're an artist and all that rapper, and then you're also like, an artist and like rapping and all that too. So like what inspired you to kinda like get on that path and like even like take it seriously and all that?
Um, for me, it was feedback. It was just like when I was doing things, people were like, "You should take this serious. You should go do this." And then it's like I just had to get my passport and make connections and just reach out type thing and see. Like a lot of people, they lie a lot, so you kind of have to, go through it all. Or they waste your time. So just took me time to figure the path type thing. Like that's how I looked at it for me.
But yeah, for me, I use it as like a platform to express like how I'm feeling, like the things I've been through, the things that my people been through. You know what I mean? So like music was like a gateway for me to like just express everything.
All right. And just like far as like artists that you want to like work with someday too, like do you have any like in mind that you want to work with, like either like local wise or like mainstream wise and all that?
I want to work with anybody who wants to work with me.
Yeah.
I want to work with anybody who brings the right energy and believes. When you work with me, it's not just the song, it's the marketing behind it, the cover work, the everything, the directing to the video, to who's shooting the video, and what kind of impression it leaves. That's really why I say anybody. It's like your energy's got to be right, and the song obviously has to hit. And don't get mad at me if the song doesn't hit for me. It might hit for the world differently. Just didn't go for me, so I couldn't put something on it that was comfortable, that I can stand behind. It's really it.
Yeah,
I have
man.
people get mad about that I know. So
Yeah. So like if like Drake or Jay-Z would have text or call you like one day and like they would have asked you for like a
That-
feature and all that too.
that's big right now.
Yeah.
Is it Drake or is it Jay-Z?
Yeah, you gotta choose.
Yeah, because like one or the other two. Because I
Yo,
know
Scott.
there was like the whole like have dinner with Jay-Z or like the like 100K and all that too. So
I'll take the 100K.
I'm
There's no
taking
dinners.
100K.
I'm good without the dinners.
Because I'm
I
gonna
can
take that
have
100K
that.
and I'm gonna flip it.
Talk to them. That's what I'm talking about.
True.
I'm okay with dinner. With that 100K, he's gonna say, "Oh, we seen you," and I'm gonna be somewhere he's gonna be because we have money now to help our worth
Yeah,
go up.
true.
People don't know what to do. They want to buy the material stuff. Let that stuff slide for a bit.
Mhm.
Once you have a certain setup and your business is up, you can get material stuff like nothing, and then you don't want to because now you're making money in your sleep. It's like it's not as joyful as just getting it because you just got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because like like the money or like even like the future, it's like a once in a lifetime thing and all that too. Like
yeah.
that 100K, you could like put it on stock, you could put it on like land,
You
could
take
like
25 of it, you split it in the percentages.
Yeah.
I don't get to tell everybody how, but you have 100K, take at least 25 of it and put that in something. Because that 25 will do a better. Like, the more you put in, the better the double. Obviously, you have to worry about the loss, but don't buy a lot of it. Like, do something that you see going up gradually, and it always goes up. Don't try to get the big come up, get the longevity of
yeah,
it.
true.
You'll be like, let's say you're like 22, and then by the time you're 30 now, 25,000 is going to be about 250,000 at maybe more if you did a sure stock that's secured and it goes up. I can't talk about all that here, but yeah, there's a certain thing you got to do.
True.
Yeah,
Slow
man.
motion, better
100,000
than
for
no
sure.
motion.
100,000 for sure.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
Drake,
yeah.
I would do Drake first. Drake's gonna get that
Mhm.
feature. Yeah, do the feature with him. He's gonna get the feature. for sure.
Proper. Yeah, I mean, like even like talking about money too, because I think some people like start off like they'll start off like small, like they buy something, they'll buy like an ATM or they'll buy like a vending machine, and then
Those are big.
it'll take maybe 5 or 10, because like that's actually like the best way to kind of do investing too, because if you buy like a simple like ATM for like maybe like a rack or like 2 racks and all
300,
that.
You can get one for 350.
Oh,
but
50?
You can get one for 375
Yeah.
if I'm the right person. It's just a
Yeah.
bunch of them. It's not gonna be the best ATM. Remember all of them. That's why you see those little ones because they're trying to get the best deal for
Yeah, true.
How about
500.
ATMs?
Yeah,
Because you put the money in there, you're just buying the machine. man.
Yeah, because like they'll put it like in like certain areas too, like like bars or like you'll find one at like a Hooters or like
Yep.
in even those like spots where you need the money or like laundromats too, and like you're gonna make like
And
that
the
gradual.
spots. What you're saying is why you could do it for business because those are the places you have to go. And you just got to talk to them and see what they're paying now or what the deal is there. Maybe take it down 5% or a couple of dollars and beat it because that's the only way to really beat saving them some dollars.
And then like it leads on to like like buying a company, like let's say like you're buying a trucking company or you're buying like a small loft for like maybe like 25,000 to 50,000 too, like just like depending on the space and all that. And then now I think in Toronto I think it's like 100K.
Toronto's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah,
They're just going up. And it's going to go up every year, always.
yeah.
And the more like that Trump and all the politicians, it's going to just
Yeah.
keep going up for us. We don't have like, we have a prime minister, but it seems like he's never set. Like they
Yeah.
can move him around or switch him with somebody and somebody
Yeah,
else is
true.
talking. I feel like he's not even
Yeah.
speaking sometimes.
And like he's an economist too, so it's like kind of wild that he's like kind of not making that move. But we're gonna have to wait for like maybe
We're
like
gonna have to wait.
yeah,
You're right,
exactly.
man. We have to wait for that to come
Yeah.
alive, man. Just wait for it to happen, man.
yeah, man. Just getting back onto like topic right now. So like, what's like the creative process, like even like when making music and like what like a day in the studio is like?
We listen to beats. listen to them, hear they sound, make sure we can actually own them,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't get like played by the contract. That's like a big one. So like beat stars, make sure you talk to the person who actually owns the beat.
And other artists says if y'all got YouTube beats, yo, cut that shit out, bro.
Yeah, don't do it
Don't
to
don't do that
yourself.
shit, bro.
They'll take
Because
you to
you,
court as soon as you
end of
get
the day,
some
you
juice.
playing yourself. It might say it's free, but ain't nothing like free.
It's not free. It's not free. But the process is, yeah, we listen to a beat, then we work on it. I freestyle, maybe get like a little body of work that I can like, fix up and structure after I freestyle it and see if it goes with the topic of the track, all of that in one. And then we record on my system. We have an at-home studio, like we have our own setup studio, or we go to somewhere else if we want to, mingle and talk to the people, hear what they got. But if we have something already in the works, a project, we focus on our studio, record it, send it to the professional Metalworks engineer Will Wright. You guys go check his music. That's my boy Will Wright. Been my
Big
bro
shout
for
out.
years, yo. Yo, check him out. We send it to him. He sends us a couple of revisions, a couple copies, the polished, and we choose. And we listen to it in the car, see how it sounds. And once that's done, then it comes to the cover art, which I'm probably already working on the cover art while he's engineering. So the cover arts, and he does cover art too, like AI professional.
motion
I'll
cover
pay for the
arts, whatever you
platinum,
want
got
to
the top. So any cover art can happen. You just tell it what you want to do, and there you go. So we got that in there. So cover art's done, and the song's being mixed. That's that. Then we go hit up Charlton, KR, Kevin Roberts, or you hit up Orazio, or you hit up OTR. You guys can keep going, but you hit up one of those top videographers, and from then, if they rock with the song, the dream's already alive. You brought it alive. Now, after all that is marketing. I can't tell you much there. Your marketing, mine's different. And that's how it goes from then. You actually also have to release it in a certain timely manner. When you get that engineer, that song has to be released either a month earlier, at least 3 weeks, 4 weeks ahead. So then the site can get you in the algorithm properly. And this is sauce. If you didn't know, I'm giving you sauce. This is for any artist. This is what you have to do. I'm just told you. You drop once your song's already in all covers, you have to drop that early so then Spotify or Apple can get your song into the right algorithm. That's how that's done.
Proper. As far as like the marketing goes to, like I know like some people like they'll use like blog pages or like they'll use like certain stuff to like Facebook ads or Google ads and all that too. So
Facebook
in
ads perfect.
yeah.
A Facebook ad and Google ads are perfect. It's just about what people don't like to spend. They'll go quickly to spend some skip the dishes or whatever food. But that same $50 to $100, because we know it's 70 and up. Nothing on ordering is 50 and up. It's $70 and up. If it's for you and somebody else, whatever. It's just you can do. But you know what I mean? If you're gonna put on that, go and put a daily budget. Because that's what they ask you. When I do my Instagram posts and boost the posts, it says daily. If you gotta do $5 a day, do that. Because that $40 you're about to spend that in the $5 if that's all you got. That'll get you 700 to 1,000.
Get to something.
Maybe you'll get 10, 20 people, and then you learn how to talk, and then you get a fucking empty book and you write down their emails and their phone numbers. And that is how you build your clientele list. If you don't know that, I'm telling you this so you could get up. That's how I want the city to be up. This Toronto against the world. You believe, you believe.
You gotta remember, slow motion is better than no motion.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
And like in a sense, like in your opinion, would you like ever pay like a blog page like Six Buzz or Keepsix or like T.TV?
Six Buzz, because I actually that I talk to the people. They have a team, so it's like you have to talk to them different. I'd pay them because they actually who have the city, and Keepsix Solid maybe because they have consistency. It's not for clout or nothing. It's for consistency. They keep consistent. They stay relevant. And that's what we all want is relevancy. A lot of you guys do it for clout. It's what we want, relevancy. You want your family fed forever. And not saying that little thing will, but it'll help jolt your streams. It'll help jolt people's attention to you got some new clothing. Or you started streaming now. Or you play video games. It's like that, So, it's like, you gotta, it helps you, man.
Facts, man.
Helps you.
And as far as like the stage name like goes and all that too, so how did you get like Century and then how did you get Getty and all that?
You wanna go first? You go first.
My name? How did I get the name?
Yeah.
They used to call me Century Sam back in school. I was smoking a lot of weed, smoking Century Sams, rolling them with Phillies, and we were just having fun. So they say, yo, this is Century Sam. He always has a pack. He's always smoking. So from then it's like, and my grandfather's name Sam, rest in peace, his name Samuel. So that's where the Sam had to get taken off. If you guys hear it with Century Sam, that's just Century. I didn't want to do that to him. I want to honor my grandfather. So I didn't really use the Sam for whoever wondered why I don't go by that anymore. So then just left it as Century, and from then it's always been that. It was Century Sam, just took the Sam off. That's really, and then self-made is my shit's in order. My credit's in order. I own my shit. I don't owe nobody no money. You know what I mean? No, I don't answer to nobody. I'm an independent artist fully. That's self-made shit. That's it right there to me.
And then for me, basically, my cousin Lucky gave me my name because whenever people would ask me, to get something done, I gotta get it done for you. So that's how I got Getty. You know what I mean?
All right, man. And as far as like the whole like Toronto, like Kitchener, like music scene, and all that too. So how did you guys like immerse like into those like scenes too, and even like being with like minded like people like in the scene too, like like from like the shows, from the events and stuff
Um,
like that.
well, really, everything that happens, really, people always tell me about it. I can see it on anybody I follow. So I just hit anybody up, message them up, and we're there, right? It's
Yeah.
just good energy. Just like that's how I look at it. You can really go anywhere. It's just good energy. And I've been doing music longer than everybody who's doing music there. I switched the name 3 times. I only see 2 times because the first time was the try. I didn't know about nothing, marketing, nothing, no masters, no what's that one? What's that one? What's those people that you have to get done? What are they called? They have to do their. You have to send them it. Forget it, man. You have to. I'll remember it sometime. But you have to. It's like ASCAP in those ones. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's
Yeah.
like those guys. I don't know if people will know, but when I say this stuff, is to get your music solidified. When they play it and you don't hear, it, you get paid for it. Your radio, TV shows, everything. If you don't know, just hit me up in the DM. I'll tell you something. I have a class. But yeah, that's how I do it. That's how it's done, man.
Yeah, I know. Like with Toronto, like I know there are like a lot of like interesting ways to like even like be within the scene and all that too. Like some do like the whole like open mic thing and all that too. And then there's like this like other one too. Like Bee Cave, right? So it's like kind of like
Yeah.
they have like the whole like camp series where you go into like the studio and all that.
Yeah,
And
actually, I did that with 10X, Sean. 10X, you know Sean?
yeah,
Yeah, 10X. They have their whole group, 10X Land. They have Nico and all those right now. Top Boss Nico and their group. You guys know about those
yeah,
guys, One Don and all of them. Yeah, well, they're your manager slash promoter. That's my boy Sean. We were in a writer camp. Me, him, who's Junia T. He's the DJ for Jessie Reyes. That girl is that Jessie Reyes?
yeah.
Yeah, he's her DJ. He was there at the camp. A lot of people were there. I met a lot of people. So I go to those camps. If there's any camp, I'm supposed to go to the writers one. Have you seen
Oh,
the
true.
writers room?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to go to the writers room and do that eventually. You guys get some sauce early, but yeah. Shout out to Valentino though. That's my dog. Yeah. Shout out. Yeah.
All
Big
right,
up to
man.
him.
Yeah, man. As far as like the state of like the kitchen like music scene too, because I know like right now it's at a very decent spot right now. How do you feel about that like right now?
I feel it's got progression and more people. It's the reach out. It's the coming together really. For Kitchener itself, is the coming together, and then for them to go and pursue the world.
Mhm.
Because a lot of people, more than 70% of people I know you guys didn't travel. I was at Fashion Week 2020, so I got a little different feel there. I was in Florida. I was in Miami, Tampa, Florida. Like, I went places to know what it's like and how they think. So it's like, it helps you. It helps you instead of being so short sighted and closed minded now, because you never left anywhere. You could believe in your goals a little more. Like, I get this fire because people made me believe. I went to France and they were like, "You a big rapper from the States?" They thought I was
Yeah.
American. I said, "No, I'm from Canada." Guy brought me into his wine shop, gave me his number. I met a pilot. He's my friend. I met somebody who owns a phone shop. They were giving me their numbers like anytime you're here. And that's the love. That was the genuine love that I needed to keep my fire forever blazing. Wherever there's hate, there's love right around the corner. And remember that.
Yeah, man. And like I mean, like with like even like that whole like traveling and all that too, because I know with like most artists like nowadays too, like they do like the whole like tour route for like PR for like music, so they do like the whole like New York, LA, like Atlanta, and then they'll
Yeah.
hit like London and all that too. So do you feel like that's like kind of like the best way too? Because I know with
I feel
New
like it is the best way. And then you've named the places where people already for New York, they already do content creator. Any of us can be there and have fun. It's just about your
yeah,
energy. They do content shows all the time. Shout out to Daniel Jean in New York. Shout out to what's that other guy's name? Shout out to Daniel Jean again.
true,
But yeah, he's doing this thing right now, and everybody else. Shout out to like O'Breezy and all the people doing their things over there.
Mhm.
You guys doing your thing because right now in New York, they're more like accepting.
yeah,
They want to judge you, so they'll accept you. They can't judge you unless they've seen you.
yeah,
Now, if you know what to do and you have that fire, and you're gonna give them some great performance right away for them to
yeah,
judge, and that is how you
yeah.
get what you want. Like,
That's facts. Because I know in New York they have like the whole like the content like with food and all that, as you said too. Because there's
the
the Aki Way, and then
Aki
there's like
way.
Rocky
Prospect
Way,
Park Deli. I think like more people are
yeah.
tuning into Prospect Park and like they're doing their stuff from there. And then
But you notice that though, how they have to do these things because it's not just interviews now; it's now food and like knowing what you
Mhm.
eat and how you
yeah,
eat it, and more than a music video. And that's it's getting
yeah,
lost. People are forgetting that. That's why, like for me and him, I try to keep him just focused, and he already knows why he knew I was talking about that stuff with editing and stuff
yeah,
because interviews is what I want to be on.
Facts.
Interviews and podcasts. You could ask me anything. I'm an open book. The judgment doesn't bother me.
oh, true,
So
yeah, that's facts, man. And like to even like speak more about the music too, because I know you have like 1 minute, take your pick, self made, can I live, and then I know Getty he has like trendsetter, which is like kind of like popping like nowadays too. So
okay.
Like, what was like that whole like process and inspiration for those like tracks and all that?
Most of my inspiration for all the tracks that'll be coming out is Lil Wayne and Young Money. That guy there owns his masters. That guy just do what, Carter 9, Carter 10, and he's still getting paid off of them. He brought out Nicki Minaj, Tyga, and Drake, and the rest of them, Lil Twist and the rest of them. But those are the top three big hitters. He had the plan. He had the formula. Always will. That's who really, waking up in the morning. See how I'm freestyling. Yes, in the freestyle. I wake up like that. I wake up with a lot of energy in the morning. I'm a morning person. I'm not a club guy. I'll be yawning in the club and you'll think I'm bored.
I ain't gonna
But
lie.
Lil Wayne is one of my main people for that. Like, you notice there's nothing to say about him. Nobody's even looking for Lil Wayne now in the
Yeah.
drama right now. Yeah, that's peace. You own your own shit, mind your business.
How did you feel about like the situation going on? I know like with Super Bowl, he was supposed to perform a year or two ago, and then like Kendrick kind of took over because like that was like because it was
Yeah,
supposed to be like in New Orleans, and then
the
I think
Kendrick thing, I think it was just like a money thing, and like they both were
It,
probably
it
going up,
was.
and he just said, "I don't really
I
do it
definitely feel
that
like
bad."
Lil
Like
Wayne should have had that
Lil
because
Wayne should have,
that's his
yes.
hometown. He from
But
there.
what he said, but it's
yeah,
like the
Yeah.
money though. At that point, it's like he's like, I'm
was a
not
cash
begging for
grab.
attention when I'm
Yeah.
Lil
You know what I
Wayne
mean?
already. What more are
Yeah.
you giving to me as my name? That's what Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne sits on like how you.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. If you know. He went through his phases. He used to say he's the best rapper alive. I know you guys remember that.
Yeah.
Like we taking over with DJ Khaled and
Yeah,
Rick
pretty
Ross.
much,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he had like a complex ego thing. So he's not gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Take him. I'm still
Yeah.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
No,
So-
and Bad Bunny, because you're talking about this one, I have nothing to say. He deserved what he got. He deserved it. He came out well, did his thing at the Super Bowl. Like, but they never thought he would. So,
Yeah.
he paid. You see where he came from. If you see, and I've seen the documentary, he was working just 10 years ago, a job, like never thinking he would get out. Put his head down. Now he's doing Super Bowls. And they said he did the top selling. Have you seen? There was a chart too.
Yeah.
He did the top selling. Like shout out Jamaica, shout out Yadi, shout out Jamaica,
Yeah,
and
true,
everything.
true, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know for like Wayne too, because I think like right now he's like clearly being like phased out in the industry too, because like now like a Lil Wayne feature, like it's not really
It's
as
not as
important,
potent, yeah, it's not as strong, but it is still respectful. Now, getting Lil Wayne feature in Canada beats a lot. We know the difference. In America, they see him around more, his children around more. He's not. It's like Fabulous. You walk around more. That's my home. It's not.
Yeah.
They're not kept far. So it's like now the song you do with Lil Wayne, the video has to bring it to life. And if Lil Wayne likes it actually, because he's not gonna lie, then you're now going to, let's say, red carpets or a tour with it because he likes it
Or
that much.
Rolling Loud or something like
So
that.
something like that. But if he doesn't, don't hit yourself. You got the feature. Just market that stuff, and one day it'll be picked up and put in the algorithm.
Yeah, true. Because I know like his kid's like very like famous now too. I think Lil Novi and all that because he's doing like the whole like Playboy Cardi type stuff and all that too. And then I know like his label is like still doing okay. It's not as like important as it was back in like 09, 2010 with like Drake and like Nicki
Yeah.
and all that too. Like now, like even like Nicki is like slowly being phased out too because of the whole like Trump situation and like her like thoughts on like trans people and all that too. Like I
But
don't
see,
want
the thing, yeah, don't worry about that. I know what you're saying. But see, with all that, they don't care to be phased out so much, isn't much now because like the 6ix9ine snitching and all this stuff is making the whole culture look a certain way that they really care to make sure their income is being covered every month and they're getting their investments and that stuff's in order. The internet's become such a mockery. That's what we call it. It's funny. So I understand if they don't care anymore as much as they used to. It's not as genuine. It's not, the feeling is not the same. Somebody now will get a buzz, and their buzz is because of TikTok, and that'll be for probably a year at most. And there's already maybe even 6 months because there's already another trend for something.
Yeah.
Old songs are getting brought back for trends. So, that's just how it is. It's not longevity is what we want. Now they're giving you shortgevity, we'll say, and like your eyes not seeing it. They're blinding them. They're giving them that little bit of. And they're feeling like, yeah, but then you're losing all your plans and forgetting what your other plans were. That's why when you guys sign in advance, you won't see me do it because I know what to do. That's what they do. They blind your eyes. You're blinded with that advance. Your plans should still stay with what they were. That's why I rate Russ. Shout out Russ, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Russ did his thing. I ain't gonna hold you.
Always,
Independent.
always.
True, man. And like as far as like the other stuff too, because then you have like therapy, like butterfly effect too, and then you have like substance, like which are like your projects and all. So like, what was like that whole like process and inspiration of those?
So doing those albums were for different genres to reach different, platforms, different audience airs. Because the substance is more like a Caribbean vacation vibe. You play it with your girl on a date. It's no swearing. You play it around anybody. You know what I mean? And the vibe is more like Caribbean and vacation. That's what that was for. The butterfly effect, that was inspired with a little bit of melodic. I had a guy who would split royalties with the beats. They went. He said, I can get this cover art done. We got it done, put that out, and it was a good body of work. Now, therapy, that was all my work. I recorded all that, and not all mine. Will Ray, he's on my team, so He did the engineering, but all the cover work and recorded, it's all me. The marketing is all me, and that's gonna have a few other volumes. Stay tuned and be ready. We got a couple projects on the on the go. It's coming up.
True. As far as like an upcoming like album and all that too, do you have an expected date by any chance? Or?
There's no expected date, but be ready for my album Off the Bench. Be ready for that. Ready.
All right. And you guys performed like like all over Ontario. I don't know if you guys like performed like all over like the states as well too. And
Not at this exact moment,
Not yet.
but we can. Like they said,
Mhm.
come anytime. But you don't go shorthanded. You make sure you can do something twice or three times. So I'm not gonna go with like 3,000 when I know I need, because currency exchange as well. You need a little more. Happened to me in France. I went there with 10, 11,000, 10,000, and they're like, "Oh, this is only 67." I'm like 6,700. You took 3,000 off of it. That was back then. That was the currency exchange. So
Mhm.
don't let that hit you. Like what the.
true. And like even like with traveling too, because like you guys like went to like France and all that too. So like what are like the do's and don'ts? Like even like going to like places like
You
that too.
can't smoke. There's no smoking weed in Europe. I mean, don't get it twisted. You can, but you're not allowed to. And it's way more like frowned upon and strong. Like it's such a clean air there that smoking, not everybody smokes. And there's probably an area that smokes cigarettes like that. Because when I was in the place, my B&B, no smoke, nothing. And you can't fly a drone too high in Europe or anything. They make it so you can't, because it seems like you're spying on the castles or whatever. We were shooting videos, me and KR, Kevin Roberts, and we weren't able to go that high. So in every country, it's the smoking, though, what you asked me. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like, unless it's like Jamaica, you can't smoke, really. They don't like that. Drinking is normal.
Yeah, true. Because I know like some people like they'll have like expected money to bring like when they go to like France and all that too. Like let's say you probably need to bring like maybe 5 to 10 racks just to enjoy life and all that. But like if you're like in another city like Montreal or Vancouver, like maybe a stack or two for like the week and all that, like
Exactly.
depending.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Like in Montreal, Vancouver, it's the same. So bring over $1,000, 1,200, it's gonna go long. You're not there for it. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
enough. You don't go overboard. Still go back to some money.
true. And like how's it like like even like performing like even in Ontario as well too? Because you've performed like
Yeah,
Toronto,
I
Niagara.
performed Niagara, Toronto, Brantford. He has as
Yeah.
well, Windsor. Yeah, we've performed it. It's pretty good. The support, people in Canada wait until it's too late, and that's a big thing. So what am I saying? They wait till it's too late. So the support is as good as we're gonna get it. I mean, we might get a bit more if I wanted to chase for clout, as they say, pay for all the features and stuff. But I create my own lane. I like create my own clout. You like me for me, not for the feature I just did with somebody, and that's what my name's riding off of forever. So like performing it's good. They do their thing. That's what you asked me. The performing, whatever, it's good. It's great. Some places show more love than others, obviously, for anybody. Shout out to the Rare Nightclub, my boy Gio. Shout out to him in that Rare Nightclub in Waterloo. What's the guy in Brantford? Shout out to the guy in
Oh,
Brantford.
Owen.
Shout out to Owen in his spot in Brantford.
Owen Macaroni.
Shout out to Grizzy in Niagara Falls.
A
And
big shout out, Grizzy.
shout out to all you guys. I won't name everybody, but those are the guys, who helped. Shout out to the radio station over there. Pat Porter. Shout out Pat
Yeah,
Porter
Pat
in
Porter.
Niagara
Shout out,
Falls.
big shout out, Pat Porter.
Shout them out.
Yeah, true. Because I know him and like I think Grizzy like have like the whole like Niagara thing like unlocked too. Like
Yeah,
I think,
Grizzy's doing his thing right
He
now.
still does right
Doing
now.
his
He's got
thing.
Young Tory show coming right now.
Yep.
Valentino. He got Big Boy Milo, Fat Boy Milo under
Y'all
all
don't
those
know
guys.
who
Like,
Grizzy Productions is? Go look him
yeah,
up,
go
yo.
check him out, man. Shout him out. Yeah. Get your flowers.
actor man. And like you guys performed like all over like I think with like Judge Soul London and like Busy Bee and all that too. So
Yeah,
how was like that vibe like
Those were
It was-
great.
it was
BZB
love.
was like the greatest for
Mhm.
like as in like embracement.
Mhm.
Like he seen us, we chilled for a bit, because you know where you're at your settings. He
Yeah.
made us feel comfortable. It's like that. That was great. They all were great, just different kinds. The Judge one, it was kind of a quick flyby. It's quick. We go there, do it, and then we're out of there quick. That's
right.
how that was. It was all good vibes, good energy. They weren't rushy, weren't rude, nothing like that. It was great business. Who else did I do? I did Minute of Music.
All right.
Those guys were okay. We went downtown and shot, but then they started like they're cool. Let's just say they're cool. Everybody has their ways. That's all I could say.
Yeah, man. Like because I know with like Judge Soul because I know like I don't know if it's just like two different like cameras like it's like showing him and then
Yeah,
it
it's
shows,
two
like,
different
yeah,
cameras, and then like he has a certain setup already. Like,
Yeah.
he has like the certain set judge setup. He usually gets a room like kind of like this, and he'll set it up with his team. And then like have some people there. Yeah, you see.
So were the people like actually like in the green room with like you and all that or?
No, there's the people that are there. There is people there, but not. And like what he could do it all off green screen with his setup.
Oh, true.
But everywhere is different. That's only when he does it here, and then if he probably UK in the States, he has a whole judge room.
Yeah, there's the same
That's why you'll see. Yeah, he has all of that. It's different. What are you gonna do? Bring a whole judge to everywhere? Like, come on, you guys can't say nothing to him, man. They're not even allowing that at the airport. So
Yeah, because I saw like bare like Toronto like people on there too. Like I mean, Mariah,
Yeah.
Paperboy too. Like that was like
Oh,
pretty interesting
Drippin'
too.
Money, shout
Yeah,
him out.
Yeah,
He was
Dripping
on
Money.
there too. Yeah,
Yeah,
they were all on there
yeah,
because you pay for it, and
yeah,
it's not bad to pay for it. Okay, if you want something to separate you from everybody, you're gonna have to pay. Cheap is in all our blood, but once you pay for that, you get your recognition as
no,
we're
you're good
speaking
after
about
that.
it, and it's all about your marketing behind that too. You're not done just paying for it. That's if you want to sit there, you got to market it. Because I got a lot of feedback from mine, and Americans grasp that a lot. They like to see that you actually promote your stuff, and when they're working with you, it's not a miss. On your own. That's why people don't really get the features. They want to see you made a power step that makes them want to say something. But yeah, shout out to everybody supporting me, man. Everybody, it's loyalty brings royalty. That's what I tell them.
true man. No, that's facts. And you guys have like some very like unique followings too. I think you have like 100K like on IG, and then you have like 10K on IG as well
Yeah,
too.
we do.
So
Yeah, we got our
how
thing.
do you like manage to maintain that and like you like the methods?
To maintain it, you have to stay consistent. So as I was saying, it's your story always. Whenever there's like a trendo, post your girlfriend or in class, where see did you sit on, go do that and add that to your story because that's gonna be in its own algorithm already. The hashtags on anything you do, make sure you put FYP for you page.
Mm-hmm.
Best hashtag you could do right now, or hashtag reels. Because I see everything in the explore page, they only hashtag reels and FYP.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of them, and they get there, but that's because they're promoting as well. They're boosting it to the audience. You can specifically custom, if you don't know, choose exactly where you want to target. That's why I tell people if you're on tour to do it the smart way, I'm sure like a Wiz Khalifa, shout out Wiz, because he's like somebody who would do that with his team. We're going to Dallas, we're gonna target this song to Dallas. So when you get to Dallas now, you targeted 20 to 40, and there are 40,000 people, and they're not oblivious to what
Mm-hmm.
is this. You have some people who are like this, and now the crowd wants to catch on. Maybe they came with one guy who's cool and four of his friends, but he's the cool one who knows the song. Now all four of his friends want to sing the song. It doesn't take
Yeah,
much.
true.
Yeah, it doesn't
True.
take too much. But
Yeah, man. And like I mean with some like content too, because I know it depends on like if you have like a very like high profile guest, or like let's say there's like something that's like a high moment too. I could say like for me, for example, too, like the whole like Blicky situation too. So like, and what's crazy, because I had like a lot of like likes like to this like day and all that too from like those like past couple months. So basically it was just like I had that clip, and then like it just kind of reminded me of like that whole like Godfather film and all that, and then add that like you go to town with it too. Like sometimes too, you'll have like a viral freestyle or like a friend that, kind of made that work and all that too. And like, I could see like that for one example was the Unsighted thing too. So it was like the guy that does like the whole like white girl dance thing
yeah,
and all that.
yeah,
And, I think like 3 years ago we had him like on the podcast, did like a freestyle to like Cameron's instrumental and all that.
yeah.
It blew up like a little bit like over time, and then it didn't start like blowing up until like later, like
That's
last year too.
everything.
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
just said is everything. That's why like Lil Wayne got his flowers late. You put out a bunch of music, you don't know when it's gonna hit, but don't depend on that. Just stay creative and do it for the fun. That's why they say once you lose the fun, you've lost what really it is, the backbone of your music.
Yeah.
You need your backbone, and that's where I tell you, Lil Wayne, because that much music put out was found late. Remember, he was there with Manny Fresh, Birdman. Those guys were big timers first.
Mm-hmm.
He was under them. He got his juice. Probably saved up some money from doing songs with them. As how it would be done. You get your piece of your royalties, and you go
Yeah.
put it on your album. All the albums get the promotion, maybe a mil, but the world is billions, trillions. So to get that level, you have to stay consistent. Now that's late night shows and interviews and podcasts like this.
Yeah.
Talking about album. When my off the bench comes out, I'll come back and I'll tell
Yeah.
you to do a little segment. Let them know it's coming out.
Facts, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
true. Do you feel like it's like kind of like important, or like maybe like a good key tool right now for like IG live, or like going live on like TikTok and all that too? Because I
Is
know,
it's a great, yeah, it's great to do that. You need to keep them intact, intrigued, or do vlogs. If you don't go live, do vlogs. So like a month, do them monthly, so people can know what you're doing monthly, or things like that. That's how you get your YouTube up, get it
true, true.
monetized. They want to see
Right.
that.
Yeah, because we even got the podcast going on for on Clubhouse called Real Recognize Real
Oh yeah, yeah. Go
on
check out the
Clubhouse.
clubhouse. We
Yeah.
got something on there.
True, true. Yeah, like I know like a lot of like Toronto and like people from the GTA, like they're like doing the whole like IG live type stuff. Like they're doing segments. I know Drama Dre's doing, I think like Ladies
Ladies
Have
Love
Drama and all
Drama.
that,
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
like
Ladies
he
of
that.
is.
Drama. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I know like there's like the free like Balaclavas podcast. Like they're doing their thing.
Yeah, big one on
Icy
there.
Springer, like he has like his own
Yeah,
like
Izzy Springer. Yeah,
yeah.
he's not the same as them though, but he has his own, as you said. It's a
Right. Right.
different demographic, we'll say.
Yeah, man, that's facts. As far as like like with the other stuff going on too, because I know with like 23 Dreams, Swish, with Getty, and like they're blowing up like like in Kitchener and all that too, like making like waves in the city and all that too. So do you ever feel like it's like a proud dad moment that like a lot of the people that you came up with, like
Yeah, so I'm always proud. I'm always proud of working than nothing. If you're doing something than nothing, it's your best bet. Like I'm proud of them all. The development you find it yourself really. I'm grateful because me, nobody was doing that. I had to, so it's like them doing their thing and grateful every day. And every day we're awake, I just chase for what you want to chase for. Better than doing nothing. That's all I can say. Like
Hmm.
it's always a proud moment. It's always. I don't. That's why I don't ever look for nothing from nobody money wise. Just show your respect, give me the shout out or whatever it is, and that's really it. Because I drop gems. I teach a lot of
It don't
people.
cost nothing to show somebody
It's
some
free to
love.
show
You know
some
what I
love,
mean?
true, yeah,
right?
man.
Three
'Cause- Yeah,
$3.99.
because I think OG culture is like very like important nowadays too. Because when you have an OG or if you had like someone that could like mentor you and all that too, like we're even seeing that with like like the other like people like in the city that never had an OG, but like they're doing their best to help the
To
young
help,
people and all
yeah.
that too and all
Well,
that.
if you don't do that, what happens when we stop? Like, you got to
Hmm.
keep the cycle kind of
Yeah,
going in that
true.
way. Keep music relevant. Keep the energy right. Cut a lot of ego and teach people like knowledge. That's where knowledge is power comes in, and that's my time. Knowledge is power. I never believed it, but it really is. You could have nothing, but if you knew and you learned, it's all here
Yeah,
now.
true.
It's
Yeah, man. Yeah, because I talked with like Valentino about this too, like about like OG culture and all that too. So do you ever feel like even in the city or like even in the GTA, there's like a lack of like OGs, like not helping like the youth or like
I
any of
don't
the
feel like it's a lack of OGs not helping. I feel like certain people are giving a different type of help. Like maybe the student, maybe the not student, maybe the one of the youth want, maybe the youth want to play basketball, or maybe they want to do music. That OG may not did basketball or
yeah,
music to give that kind of guidance. They can only give guidance in what they professionalize in
yeah,
or what they
Hmm.
do. That's not their fault. That's just how it is. We don't even have like there's people who play basketball. They already have like their team and stuff, and it's up to them if they want to give guidance. But most of the people in the hood and most people who are just chilling, they're gonna be the ones around to give the guidance.
yeah,
They're gonna have
true.
the time to do it.
Yeah. And I think it like depends like on person to person too, because I know like if you like had like a certain moment to like I know some people they play like basketball too, like they could like be a coach and all that too. Or if they're like a very like well known artist or like musician and all that too, they could like teach that within the process of the music business and all that. And like others it's like the whole like barber thing and all that or like comedies.
That's hard to do in Toronto too, like for people to just come together. Like I don't even think we have that many things for music. Like everything that's being done is by our actual people. It's not by the government. The government doesn't care about the music at all. They want that shit done. If they had something like that, I feel like a big center, some big kind of center because
Hmm.
they got money, some big center that's downtown and it's only about music, everything that has to do with the content creating. If they did that, they would show
Yeah,
more support to our city. As I
yeah,
said,
true.
come together. It's Toronto against the world. Like
Yeah, true.
we don't come together, how are we gonna win?
True.
You could remember 1 week label at 1 week leg at your table is a
Yeah,
loss.
true.
That table's still
Yeah.
going like that. So
Yeah, because they could like refute that and say like, we have the remix project or we have like the whole grant system like SoCan factor and
yeah,
all that too.
SoCan. That's what you guys gotta get on. That's what I'm talking about. I
Hmm.
rebranded. I did SoCan. He knew it. He knew it. If you don't do SoCan, then don't do nothing. Just wait till you do that.
Yeah, man.
They to send it to you in the mail, man.
True, true.
Yeah.
We just have like these like final like questions for a bit
Yeah.
too. But have you felt like you guys like grown as like artists like in a sense too?
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, yeah. We've grown very much so. Like just in what we do in music, it's not the same. Like a lot of people want their stuff to sound the same. No, you have to show them growth. So we've changed a lot. We have different styles.
Hmm.
I feel like life experience is doing that right now. Like I have my kid. I deal with family stuff, so no work, whatever else. It just helps me, And the fire is always there. Like I freestyle, So I'm just going with the
You gotta show
flow.
that versatility.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
do anything.
Anything.
Stand outside that box.
True, true. And like for people that want to like tap into because like I have a playlist called like TLOY like Rising Acts and all that too, where we showcase like various like artists like like on our
Is that Apple or
Spotify
Spotify? Okay.
Spotify, and then we also have a SoundCloud page too. And usually with like I'll add like songs from like people that have had like on the podcast too and all that too.
That's
So
good.
like let's say someone hasn't heard about you before, like they're stumbling like upon your page and all that too, whether it's like Spotify or whether it's like Apple Music or SoundCloud and all that too. Like what would be like free songs that you would recommend for
Three
anyone that yeah,
songs.
yeah.
You'd have to go check "Another Day" by Getty,
Another day. Yep.
and you'd have to check
It's self-made.
"Self-Made." Yeah,
Self-made
that's me and
track.
him, and then you have to check "For the Racks." For the Racks. That's
Yeah.
my song. For the Racks. That or "Leave Me Alone."
All
Either
right,
one of
true,
those will
true.
do some. They're both different styles, so
I
you
like
never know.
intro too off your
Yeah, off the album,
off
check
the
the whole
album.
album Therapy.
Intro.
That'll give you some real therapy. You can
Uh,
lay back. It's therapeutic.
True, true, man. And like, what do you guys have like coming on like next and all that too? For like, I know like right now we're in 2026. Like,
I'll give you as a little sauce, not too much. We got some EPs on the way, a couple of distribution deals. music video in the works. Like we got planned that. We got a show Self Love this summer.
Got some merch
premiering.
on the way too.
Merch, yes, and a couple other things, but we just can't talk about it yet. You kind of ruin your fruition. You talk about, how it goes. Just let it happen.
All right. And do you have any like closing remarks you'd like to say before we go on all that?
Your loyalty brings royalty. If you're loyal, you get spoiled. If you're not, you'll flop up that up other side with the other guys. Pop, pop, pop. That's it.
That's it.
All right, yo, Century and Getty, dope
Yo,
having
thanks
you
for
guys on
having
and
me
all
too,
that
man. Always, man. Thanks for having me.
Yo, it's dope having you guys on too. Like, just like a lot of game, a lot of knowledge and all that too. And like, you came in with a dope freestyle too to start off, and like led on to like a dope ass like conversation from there and all that. And I think everyone kind of like soaked in like when they get this and all that too. So
Yeah.
a lot of knowledge and all here too and all that. And like, I love what you're doing for Kitchener for like the GT and all that too. And like, I hope you guys like keep doing that and all that too. And definitely have you back.
Same for
like,
you.
Definitely a pleasure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, this is Josh, also known as Yashu, another episode of the CY Talks podcast. You can get this on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Buzzsprout, Patreon, much more. You could definitely check out Century's music and Getty's like music on all platforms, like on Spotify, Apple Music, and all that too. YouTube, Deezer, Pandora, like
Century self-made, Getty self-made everywhere.
exactly,
Self-made.
so self-made either way, So yo, this is Josh, also known as Yashu, Century Self-Made and Getty Self-Made, signing off.
Yes.
Mm.
That was
Dope,
good.
you know?
You did good, man. That was great.
Yeah, I like that.